da, Shemai, Prynhawn da, whenever you must be watching this. Hello to you, boys and girls. How are you doing? I'm super excited to see you all today. I had some requests for some stories, and this was the most popular one, this Snail and the Whale. Now, we had a Julia Donaldson one earlier on in the week, and we just love. So, shall we delve straight in? The Snail and the Whale. Can you spot the petite little snail? Oh my goodness. Let's delve in, boys and girls. The Snail and the Whale. Here we go. This is the tale of a tiny snail. Show me tiny, boys and girls. Tiny, petite. And a great big blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot. And this is a snail with an itchy foot. Can you itch your foot? Itch it. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the shrimps in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. Oh, how I long to sail, said the very, shall be tiny snail. She wants to go out there, boys and girls. Oh, I love the ocean. These are the other snails in the flock who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." Oh, they are bossy, aren't they, boys and girls? But the tiny sea snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a slivery trail that looped and curled and said, "Lift wanted around the world." Oh, it's like my big map, boys and girls, around the world. Oh, look, who is here? Poyoiti, who is he? Oh, this is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale immensely long who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out for the starlit snail, and he said to the snail, "Come with me. I feel an adventure brewing." This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on its tail. Oh, look at the penguins, boys and girls. Saul-een, how many penguins do you think are there? Go on, have a guess. Did you guess? Shall we count them? Let's count them well. Shall we barod? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, is there a dive egg anywhere? Maybe there's one lurking. And he's going to carry them, the whale, to the towering icebergs and far off land. How many seals? How many are in the water? How many are on the iceberg? How many altogether? You are so clever. 2 and 1 altogether makes 3. Ooh, smarty pants. With the fiery mountains and the golden sands. Oh, look at that erupting. Do you know what that's called, boys and girls? It's a volcano. Can you say volcano? Volcano. It's a lovely word. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the end of the whale. These are the caves beneath the waves where the stripy fish with feathery fins and shark with hideous toothy grins swam around the whale with the snail on its tail. Maybe he's a little bit petrified. I'd be petrified. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning, flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tiny whale. Oh. Show me your scared face. She was shocked. Ooh, let's turn the page. And she gazed at the sky, the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all. And then she said to the whale, I feel so small. Oh, look, boys and girls, she is tiny, she is petite. But that doesn't really matter. But then came the day the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with this ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. Boys and girls, what's going to happen to the whale? Well, I'm a bit forlorn. I'm a bit trist. Look. And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. Quick, off the sand, back to the sea, cried the snail. I can't move on land, I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, I've got it, she cried, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the tiny snail. Oh, I'm terribly excited to find out what comes next. This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, sit straight, don't talk. This is the board as black as soot. And this is the snail with the itchy foot. A snail, a snail, the teacher turns pale. Look, says the children, it's leaving a trail. This is the trail of the tiny snail. A slivery trail saying, save the whale. Oh, let's find out, boys and girls, who saves the whale. Oh, I do barod. I'm ready to find out. These are the children running from school, fetching the fireman, digging the pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Look at all those people, boys and girls. They are working collaboratively. Bendy girding to them. Community spirit is even in the book. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting hooray as the whale and the snail travel safely away. Oh, look. They work together. When we were together, together, together. When we were together, we have fun. I think they had fun, and the whale is free. Love an impromptu sing-along. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, how time's flown, and haven't you grown? And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with a looping, curling, slivery trail, saved the life of a humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled the snail after snail after snail. Oh, wow, boys and girls, what? Oh my goodness, she's inspired them all to go round the world. And they sang to the sea as they set snail on the tail of the grey-blue humpback whale. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, got to be one of my favourites. I'm wondering if you could go off with your grown-up and do a little bit of searching about a humpback whale. Tell me about them. How big are they? How heavy are they? What do they eat? Or could you go into the garden and hunt for some snails? How many could you find? Could you put them back where they belong so they're safe? Because maybe one day they'll want to go on an adventure. Can you spot silvery, slivery trails anywhere? Can you? I know you can. Right, give me a wave. Oh, I love you, boys and girls. Have a lovely day and go searching, research and search, and let me know all about your fantastic tale.